Hey guys, so it's been a hot minute since I put out a video, and they've been sporadic. I wouldn't get. Oh wait, sorry. Um, and I got sick Wednesday. I've been sick since Wednesday. I'm still not 100%. Um, I ate something that has started to bother me. I have alpha-gal syndrome from a tick bite. Um, so I've had these horrible, wicked, intense lower abdominal pain. It kept me in bed all day Wednesday. I mean, it felt like labor pains. I was even like leaning on the bed, swaying. I was in baby pose, a yoga pose, just rocking back and forth. It was miserable. I am feeling better. I went to town today, Owen and I did a little grocery shopping. But I wanted to touch on, I've noticed the past couple months, videos coming out. And I talked to my friend Debbie the other day, and she said she saw someone that she follows had just put a video out on it. And we were discussing it, and I said the same thing she said before she told me what the lady said in the video. It's about leaving RV life or leaving nomadic life. Is everybody quitting? And our first, both of us, almost the same time, oh my gosh, a praying mantis just fell off the roof onto the deck. They creeped me out. Anyway, if you see me looking over there, that's why. We're bored. And I had said that to her. That's why I had called her, because I was bored stiff. I'm staying at my friend Dee's house. I'm visiting her. Her best friend's husband's sick. And so is her best friend. She's not doing well. But her husband just was diagnosed with Alzheimer's a couple years ago and kidney cancer. So he went in 2 weeks ago for kidney surgery, came home for 2 days, went back to the hospital here in Graham, and they airlifted him they took him by ambulance back to Dallas. And he's been in the hospital now for another week. And he's had several surgeries since. So say some prayers for this family, will you? And I like my alone time. I have come to love my alone time. I will have a hard time if I ever decide to settle down with a guy again. You know, I enjoy that time by myself. But when there's no humans to talk to, and we're so far from town that I can't even just, wander around the grocery store, just window shop. So I called Debbie, and we were discussing this topic. And to me, I don't think everyone's quitting. I don't think that's ever going to happen. And to me, RV life and nomad life are two different things. This is my opinion. You can have your own opinion. You can disagree with me all you want. To me, the people I've met on the road, and I've been on the road and going in my 9th year, the RVers that live in RV life, maybe they don't say it's nomadic, but a lot of them, I don't know what the total statistics are, they travel from campground to campground. Okay, sometimes they'll do BLM land a little bit. They'll do Quartzsite, which is BLM. They do have several campgrounds there with hookups. But they stay at RV resorts, campgrounds with full hookups. To me, that's not a nomadic life. I mean, it can be, I guess, if that's your way of thinking about it. And nomads, we're tougher. We live it out more nomadically, like regular beginning nomads did. A nomad is someone who doesn't have a permanent sticks and brick home or a permanent home someplace where they stay constantly. They travel from place to place to place, looking for a job, looking for, an income here and there. And, me, I visit friends and family. I had 7 kids, I have 15 grandkids, and I have a few good friends that one has some health issues, so I take care of her sometimes. And I take care of my other friends or family that need it. And they know they can count on me. I'll come there and help them out. And I live a lot on BLM land without hookups. I have solar. I have a compost toilet, and we learn to survive. And yes, it gets tough. And I don't think that's the issue with people that do quit. I think it's that financially they can't do it because you have vehicles to keep maintenance on. You have gas, and gas, God, like every few months gas goes up, gas comes down. You don't know anymore. And if you're traveling, you travel to beat the heat. You travel to beat the cold. It really doesn't matter to me. I've lived in both elements. I'm a cold weather person, originally from Maine, raised in Jersey. I like snow. I like cold weather, fall and winter, all my times. I grew up at the beach, though. I do love water, but I hate the heat. The older I get, the more I hate the heat. And I think people that go into this, because I've met a lot of seniors that have sold everything. Oh, I want to go do this. I'm going to buy a van. I'm going to live this beautiful life you all are living. It's not a beautiful life. Yeah, we see beautiful places, but it gets lonely and it gets boring. We can go to the same national park over and over again, or different national parks, and they're going to start looking the same to us. If we go to BLM land, down southwest Colorado, the U.S., it all starts to look the same. It's all high desert. It's all, well, the lower you go, the lower the desert is, I guess. But it all starts to look the same. Back east, there's hardly any BLM land to camp on. So you get stuck if you live back east. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go for free? And we choose BLM land because it's free. You get a 2-week stay. Quartzsite and some other areas, they don't allow you, but we do stay longer than that because we stay for the big tent sales. And that brings Quartzsite a lot of money. Just lost my train of thought, but Prey Manus needs to go. He keeps changing my mind here. So I think a lot of the people that do leave for a couple of those reasons. And they miss family. They miss their children. They miss their kids. And my kids are all over the country. I have a son in Jersey. My oldest son who I lost, his kids are in Jersey. And my other son that's in Jersey has 4 kids. I have a daughter in Louisiana with 4 kids. I have a daughter in Colorado with 3 kids. And one of those, my oldest granddaughter who's born on my birthday, she lives in Texas. I have my twin boys are in Colorado, and my youngest daughter's in Colorado, but on opposite sides. 3 of them are in the Western Slope, and my daughter Daisy is out by Denver. So they're all over the place. So I get to travel when I can afford it. Having my Hummer a couple years ago, I had to trade that in for this truck, and it had mechanical issues, and I wiped out my savings. And I haven't been able to build that back up yet. So I can't just up and go back east, which I was planning on. Well, I've been planning on for the past 6 years or more to go back east. I have good friends in upstate New York where I used to live. I want to go see. I want to go back to Maine and see family. And I haven't been able to do that. I just cannot afford to do that. What I make a month in disability and my truck payment, my insurance payment on the truck, my trailer, it just almost wipes me out. It leaves me a couple $100 for gas and expenses. And it's so, I've been stuck on this side of the country. I'm grateful to have a couple friends that I can always come stay with, like Dee here, which I love spending time with. There's never any stress here. And my friend Artie. Hold on, I have some notes here because I'm rambling now. We also have to worry about our pets. When we live on the road, our pets become an issue too. I have 2 senior pets. I can really say 3 because my cat's 9. Elliot's my rat terrier, 16, and he's not doing well. He does well from his hips up. His back end he's almost ready for a cart. But there's days when he's great, and there's days when he's down for the day. I have a blind 14-year-old Chihuahua. She's almost 15. She'll be 15 Valentine's Day. She's blind, deaf, and can't smell. And so when you're out on the road, like my daughter down in Colorado, she said if Elliot goes, when he does go, that we'll pay for his cremation. Well, what if I'm down here in Texas? What do I do with his body? Like, take him to a crematorium here? Like, is it going to be more expensive than the one that we've used out in Colorado? It's those are the things that get me. And in Quartzsite, where's the crematorium in Quartzsite? Is it the local vet? Do they send them out? Is it a mass crematorium? Or do you get single cremations? All these things come into play. Your health insurance. I have state Medicaid because I'm poor. I can't use my insurance in any other state but Colorado. Not even on an emergency basis. They will not cover it. I have tried several times. So that becomes an issue. And getting medication is an issue. I have a prescription my daughter has to mail to me every 3 months. Luckily, they went to a 90-day, refill. that becomes an issue. And some people just are on a lot more medication than that. Some are, have insulin they have to keep cold. And what if you don't have solar? And what if you don't have your batteries die? All these things come into play, and you start to get stressed. And those are things we have to deal with. Let me check my notes one more time. Oh, and places to stay when you're traveling from place to place. Some people hate truck stops. They find them unsafe. Rest areas are unsafe to them. I read a comment many years ago before I even went on the road. A lady said to people, I think it was in a vintage group on Facebook, don't ever go to a stop at a rest stop. Those are so dangerous for single parents and their children. I'm like, since when? Any place is dangerous for anyone if you do not pay attention. I park under a light or near a light. I don't stand outside and loiter. And when I park in a Walmart, I don't sit outside. The last time I was at a truck stop, there was a motorhome next to me. No, it was a Walmart. They had their chairs out. It was a nice day. That's not what you do. Walmart is allowing us to sleep, to rest. Come off the road for a few hours, go to sleep for the night, or take a nap and rest. They're not offering the parking lot as a park. It's a parking lot. We park our vehicle there. We stay inside our vehicle, unless you want to take a walk around the perimeter or walk through the store. And please do that. Please go in and buy something. It's not a place to set up your grill, bring your radio out, and make dinner and sit in your lawn chairs. That's not what it's for. So people just seem to miss that all the time. And even at truck stops, they find unsafe. Well, be aware of your surroundings. As soon as I get out of my truck, I look around, and I open my trailer door, and I lock it as soon as I step inside. And I do the same as soon as I step outside. And I'm always looking around. Are there new trucks in the area? Who's here? Are there people loitering around that look sketchy to me? I am always double checking my back, my surroundings. I've never felt, I felt unsafe once. I was in Indiana, I believe, and it was the only time I ever pulled my gun out. I carry a sidearm, and I was in my Hummer, and I was towing a pop-up that I had, and I had parked several places. I didn't like this place. The area was busy. It was by a busy city. It was dirty. There was a TA across the way, and it was right around the pandemic when restaurants were still closed. So the restaurant there, forget what it was closed. So I pulled in the parking lot. I pulled over by buses. A bunch of field workers came, were taking naps in the bus for the night or going to bed for the night. Didn't like, so I moved over by the entrance. I was too close to the entrance, and there was a sketchy old beat-up motorhome behind me. Looked like a meth lab. No offense. So I pulled back by the restaurant, which is attached to Love's. It was a really small Love's. And on the other side of that was the trucker area. So I pulled back under a tree, under a light, by the garbage can, and I got all settled, took Elliot and Violet out, and I'm laying across the front seat, and that's where I was going to sleep for the night, in the front of my truck, because I was just traveling at that time. I wasn't camping, setting up my trailer. And I was reading a book, and something told me to pull my gun out, so I did, and I had it resting like on my stomach, and I believe I had my hand over it, and all of a sudden there was a knock on my window, and it scared the shit out of me, and I flung around with my fist, and luckily I didn't have the gun in my hand, because it probably would have busted my window. Back of my hand and knuckles hit my window. The guy jumped back, and I turned around and I said, "Excuse me." He goes, "Oh, I just wanted to know, do you need any help?" Do I need any help? I'm laying across my front seat, reading a book. Does it look like I freaking need help? And I had been there a good 30, 40 minutes now. So this man apparently had been watching me. Just watching me try and find a parking spot. That's it. That's all I was doing, trying to find a parking spot. I'd gone in, used the bathroom, got something to eat, took the dogs for a walk, threw some garbage out. And I said, "No, I'm fine." So he left, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," because then Elliot noticed him, and Elliot went berserk. Elliot always has protected me and our vehicles, and he doesn't do that anymore, but he came to the rescue, and he went nuts, and the guy left. So I left, and I went right down the street, and don't you know, 5 minutes down the road was a brand new Love's gas station. I pull in the parking lot, and I had a great night's sleep that night. It was clean, it was nice. So you have to be You have to be aware of your surroundings and be careful. That's all. Just be careful. But don't always say that, oh, they're not safe. None of them. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I've slept in dozens and dozens of them, and I will continue to do so. And back east, the rest stops on 95, especially Virginia, North and South Carolina, Georgia, they are beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Green grass, shaded. They're just gorgeous. There's people there that clean the bathrooms constantly. It's so nice out there. But I really don't think RV and nomad life is ending. I don't think it ever will, because we have so much homelessness in this country. Seniors like myself. Once I was unable to work, I broke my back in a car accident, and I could not go back to grooming. I cannot go back to doing what I used to do with dogs. I couldn't go back to any of the other jobs that I was so used to doing, and it's hard to find something that I can do now. My body's so riddled with arthritis. So I'm stuck to live on disability. I mean, luckily I have my summer job up on the Grand Mesa as a camp host. But last year, that beat the hell out of my body, let me tell you. And I'm always one, I will go out on the limb and I will help other people. And my boss knows that. So I ended up taking over like I did the first year, because I've been there 2 years now. 2 campgrounds the first year. 3. I did 3 campgrounds. I did 1 until my friend came up and took over. And then at the end of the season, the other camp host left, so I took that one over. So I had done 3 campgrounds that season. Last year, I did 2. And it beat me up. I'm one who cleans my campsites like I'm supposed to. I get rid of the wood and extra firewood. I have to drag logs back. It's in other videos. I have to drag logs back into the woods. I'm not talking logs. There was one 9-foot tree topper from a spruce tree that they dragged out of the woods, pulled out to burn. And I walk into that campsite and I'm looking at this dried up tree topper that's about 9 feet tall. And I had to drag that back to, because I wasn't going to leave it. It was the end of the season. I wasn't leaving it. I want people to pull into any campground that I am responsible to clean and know that it's clean. And it's a beautiful place to be. So I have to drag all this stuff back, all these logs, a pile of wood, like decking, boards that was painted. Someone left that. Don't burn painted wood to begin with. So that job just beat me up. I am going back though, but this year I'm not. If they ask me to take over other campgrounds, I can't. I'm going to stick with mine. That's it. I have 16 sites to take care of, 2 bathrooms. That's it. That's all I'm doing. And if people ask me if they want to pick up their firewood, because usually we deliver it, put it on the golf court, take it out of the cage, put it on the golf court, take it over, and I take it out of the cart myself and put it by the fire pit. No, I'm going to let them. I'm finally going to let people help me. I have a problem with that. But yeah, that's another issue with, us on the road. You're finding employment. I was lucky, Mark's been sick, my friend who has the kidney cancer. They did hire me to take care of him if his wife has to go to town or there's a doctor's appointment, because I'm a mile away. They're going to hire an in-care nurse or a person who does in-home care, which I've done that in the past. I just don't want to go back to cleaning butts, and I'm over that. I'm over it. Anyway, and I'm just a mile away, because this other one would have had to come 20, 30 minutes from town. And so I'm just a mile down the street, and he already knows me, if he remembers me, and his wife knows me. So anyway, so I think that's, oh crap, I'm at 18 minutes. So I think that's my view on, are people leaving RV life or nomadic life? I don't think so. I think some have, and a lot more will continue to, but not everybody is. I'm not. I mean, when I win the lottery, that's a different story. Then I'll buy my small homestead. But I will still travel during probably the summer months. I don't know, because I'll have a garden to take care of. I don't know, probably the winter months, then to go visit family and do Christmas. So we'll see. All right, guys, I hope you're all doing well, and thank you again for following me. And I'm going to try, even though I don't have a lot of content being here, because there's not much to do out here, to get some sort of content up for you. I have another subject to cover, so that maybe will be Wednesday's video. Alrighty, guys, thank you. I'll see you. Bye.